Tonight on the show, well, explosive night. We talk all about the latest stuff that's been going on.
We'll also be talking supermarkets. Are they our biggest drug pushers?
And cyclists versus motorists. Who wins?
Motorists, every time, let me tell you.
Do you cycle?
Never, okay?
No?
No way, Jose. I got a driver.
Right, okay. I'm Wallace Chapman.
I'm Charlotte Ryan.
And this is Backbench's Big Night. Let's rock and roll. What a crowd, look at this. What a night, what a huge night in politics, and what an all-star panel. We've got 5 people on the show tonight, and what an extraordinary evening. So let's get straight into it. For the first time on Backbench's National MP for the Bay of Plenty, Todd Muller. Todd, good to have you on.
Good to be here, Wallace.
Good to
Great
have
to
you
be
on.
here.
How are you?
Very good.
All right, quick fire questions around the panel. Well, first one, Todd, what sort of rock is Bill English?
Well, a very dependable one, actually. And when you look at the chaos on the other side, dependable is awesome.
What sort of rock? Is it granite? Or
It's
Okay,
that.
he's a
it's
farmer,
that,
he's not a
it's
geologist.
it's that type of rock that you can depend on.
His
Absolute
expectations
granite.
are too
You
high.
can't chip it away. We're there all the time.
All right, okay. And Todd, should Matiria Toure have resigned?
My personal view is yes. I think politics is about trust, and she had lost it.
Okay, all right. And finally, why should we vote national in 45 days' time?
Great question. Strong economy, 10,000 jobs a month, and with surpluses we can invest in areas that people want to have invest in with real solid plans about
And
delivery.
before we go, latest poll results just in, I see that Bill English and Jacinda Ardern, preferred Prime Minister, they're almost neck and neck. Neck and neck, Todd.
Absolutely.
Will you be the future leader of National?
Well, you know, who knows in 2040
Are you
maybe.
surprised?
Look, no, actually I'm not. I suspect with the coverage she's had in the last 10 days, I expected her to rise. You know, Bill's still there.
Okay.
What's the poll for National?
All right.
44
Thank you
versus
very much,
the rest.
Tom. Hey, and look, a big round of applause for a Green MP, Jan Logie. Tough day at the office, Jan?
Yeah, I'm completely gutted. You know, Matiria put herself on the line to end poverty in this country, and because politics seems to be a blood sport in this country and she couldn't protect her family, she feels that she's had to resign. But I tell you something, we are going to not let that sacrifice go for nothing. We are going to double down and do everything we can to make that worthwhile to end poverty.
Do you think, in a sense, that Matiria Toure was like, I don't know, a modern-day Robin Hood?
To me, it's the most inspiring political leadership I've seen in my lifetime. She put her career on the line so that people who are dying and whose families are in just the depths of despair could see somebody in Parliament who spoke for them.
All right, now I see the ratings of the polls are out. The Greens are at 8%. Is that a plummet? I don't know. Are you worried?
No, I think that's probably a natural part of the cycle, but if anyone wants to end poverty, kick in now, because we need your support.
All right, and finally, okay then, all right. Why should people vote Greens in 45 days' time?
Because we will put our careers on the line to save ourselves from climate change, to end poverty, and to give this country clean waterways and a future
all right,
we deserve.
thank you very much, Jan Logie. All right, and look, a big round of applause for New Zealand First MP, Darroch Ball. Good to have you on the show, Darroch.
Thanks, mate.
All right, okay, question 1. Last week on the show, Richard Prosser said Winston will never die. Do you all believe this?
That's the fact. That's the truth, isn't it? Yeah.
All right, so
He'll lead us into the future.
all right, so you are a cult. Okay. Is Matiria a modern-day Robin Hood?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, should she have resigned?
Look, New Zealand First doesn't get involved with
Should
family
she
disputes.
have resigned?
That's a choice for her, and she's made the decision. So.
All right, okay. Now, preferred Prime Minister, Winston at 10%, Jacinda jumped up to 26.7%. Should Winston be worried?
You should know by now, Wallace, that New Zealand First takes no notice of those polls. We're going to turn them to confetti on election day.
Okay, very good. Hey, and finally, why should people vote for New Zealand First in 45 days' time?
Well, because we'll stop the nonsense of the current government and we'll get some common sense policies and leadership back into this country.
Yeah. And a big round of applause for Labour MP Louisa Wall. Kia ora, Louisa. Good to have you on the show. Should Matiria Ture have resigned?
I think the pressure became untenable for Matiria.
And in your personal opinion, should
well,
she?
the scrutiny on her family just became too much. And I think what she's proven is that if you're a politician and you put yourself out there and you make yourself vulnerable, then you open yourself up to, I guess, the challenge. And she has chosen to resign. I actually stand with the people of Manurewa, beneficiaries who were interviewed by Hinarangi Forbes, who said that actually, unless you've walked in the shoes of a beneficiary, you know, people who have to prostitute themselves to buy bread and milk to feed their children.
Okay.
So I actually think she's an amazing person.
Running out of time. Finally, why should people vote Labour in 45 days' time?
Well, I think they should vote for us because we've got inspirational leadership. I think the polls have proven that. And after our water announcement today, I also think that you need to vote for somebody who's going to actually make the hard decisions. Commodifying water is something that we must do because a lot of our water is going overseas and we're getting nothing for it.
All right, thank you very much, Louisa Moore. And tonight we've got the ACT leader, David Seymour. Big round of applause for David. Good to have you on the show, David. There you go. All right, question one. Is Matiria Ture a modern-day Robin Hood?
No, she pretended to be. She wanted people to think she was. But the story changed time after time, and we discovered she was nothing of the sort.
I've got a quote from yours here. Matiria would not have resigned if there was no truth to the reports fed to me, reports that I prompted media to challenge her on. Bit mean-spirited, isn't it, David?
No, it's about actually expecting high standards from our politicians in Parliament. And she thought that she was above it all, above the law. The people she thought she was sticking up for on benefits that actually are doing it hard are disgusted with her behaviour.
Okay,
she was 23 years of age. You've never been in that situation in your life, and you are judging her and every single other person struggling to survive at the moment. It disgusts me.
Well, there you go.
That's enough, David. That's enough, because I've got another question for you.
I think, with the greatest of respect, Jan, you're delusional.
Hang on, all right. My other question, ACT have jumped to 0.6 in the polls. Are you elated?
Absolutely.
Are you elated?
Absolutely. If you extrapolate that through to election day, I'll be Prime Minister pretty soon.
And just finally, around, we've talked about, does the ACT Party have a future?
Absolutely. Look, I'm 16 points ahead in Epsom before Bill English encouraged people to vote for me. The feeling around Epsom is warm, and every party vote for ACT counts. We get to 1.2%, Beth Holbrook's an MP, 2%, Brooke Van Velden's an MP, 2.8%, you get the picture.
I get the picture.
We're going to get a lot more MPs that have a very positive impact on the next
It's not
Parliament.
an ACT Party AGM, David, but it's great to have you
It feels
on.
like it,
It feels like it, doesn't it? That's right.
Oh my gosh,
How are you? How are you?
What a day
High
in
fives.
politics.
Good to see you.
Oh my gosh, so good to see you. Let's go straight into the top 5 this week.
Extended holidays and cancelled ones. No rest for this week's top 5. First up, New Year's Eve called off for thousands of island voters. Their MP, Nationals Jerry Brownlee, losing the date off this promotional calendar.
Perhaps we're not going into next year.
But the party's got form here. His boss apparently losing 450 odd texts with his former employee.
I just regularly keep the number of texts on my phone down.
New numbers in order for these two now. The Greens juniorman off the list and out of the running, withdrawing support for their leader for who wins fraud admission.
While Matiria remained as co-leader, we would not stand as candidates.
Ture vowing to fight on.
I'm committed to stay until, at least until the election.
Now's probably a good time for a break, guys. Like these two, Trump marking 200 days in office by not being in the office.
Everyone having a good time?
Perhaps he should take a leaf from his old mate Putin's book, showing how to really take a break. A holiday is also on the cards for Timaru builder Tom Walsh, scooping up gold at the Athletics World Champs in London.
It's just happiness.
But not quite the dream run for sprint superstar Usain Bolt.
Justin Gatlin.
The lightning bolt still deciding what to do next.
Am I going to act and then do some action movies?
The PM fancying himself as a bit of an action hero too.
Someone texted me to tell me that The Rock is currently the highest paid Hollywood star, so rock star, that's me.
Responding to new Labour Deputy Leader Calvin Davis, giving both barrels to National's front bench.
We see a Prime Minister with the personality of a rock, and the Doctor of Death, authentic as a $4 Rolex with the energy of a small hill.
Can't quite shake the feeling though that Mr. English doesn't quite believe his own hype.
Would you win a personality battle?
Well, yeah, I think I would actually.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.